Hey there, Aaron Chen here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, then you're probably doing a bit of research on YouTube about how to stay motivated, okay? So over the next few minutes, I'm gonna do something really fun. I'm gonna show you some of the strategies that I use every single day to stay motivated in life, in my business, to keep going, to keep pushing, all right? For those of you who don't know me, again, my name is Aaron. I have actually been online for 9 years building my business, but the interesting thing is that 8 of those 9 years, I failed really miserably, okay? I made a lot of mistakes. I spent a lot of money on my business. I wanted to quit more than 20 times over the last 8, 9 years, okay? And I had some serious troubles in my business, tried different, many different business models. It took me a long time to figure stuff out. And so over that period of time, I had to find different ways to stay motivated, all right? And what I'm gonna do in this video, I'm actually really excited about this because I'm gonna show you exactly what I did to stay motivated so that I, ended up having huge success. Because last year in my business, I generated over 1,000 sales, and I want to show you how I kind of went through that journey and how you can do that for yourself. Okay, the truth is that if you want to be an online entrepreneur or any type of entrepreneur building businesses, it's a really lonely journey. Okay, it can be a very lonely place because you're essentially building your business yourself. And if you fail, then you fail alone. You fail by yourself. You're not really part of a team, right? So it can be a really lonely place, and that's why having the right mindset, okay, and staying motivated is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself and your business, okay? So I want to teach you a few tricks today on how I was able to do this for the long term, because I think there are very few entrepreneurs out there that can literally say that they've been around for 8, 9 years, failed that entire time, and then finally had success, and are still here to tell the story, okay? So the first thing that I use to keep myself motivated is books, okay? And I've actually brought out some of the books that I like to kind of use to keep me motivated. But books are so powerful, right? Because it's not just that you're gonna learn a bunch of stuff in those books, but just by reading those books, especially if you're reading the right motivational, self-help, and business books, it's gonna keep you on the right track, and it's gonna give you that extra boost to keep you going, right? So a lot of the time, I'm not really reading, these business books and motivational books to get, tips and tricks, although you will get tips and tricks, but it's more about the stories that they tell and the motivational things that kind of push you and get you pumped. And every once in a while, if I stop reading, for maybe a month or two, I'm like, oh man, I need to get a new book, and I'll go to the bookshop, I'll do some research on, the top business books at that time, and I'll pick up a few copies and I'll go home and I'll literally devour them, okay? So one of my all-time favorites is this book, right? Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. If you've never read this book, you have to check this out, okay? I mean, this is literally a book that's about, thinking. It's about thinking and growing rich, right? It's about being in the right mindset and, sending the right energy out to the world, because if you send out the right energy, then you're gonna basically attract success. This is what this book's about. And some people might think it's mumbo jumbo, but honestly, it's such an easy read. It's so thin, right? And I swear to God, this is like the most quotable book in history. Like there's so much gold inside here that you can use. And every time I feel a little bit down, throughout my journey, right? Whenever I felt a little bit down and I needed a little bit of a pick-me-up, I would just reread this book. I've read this book 3 times now, right? I would just reread it, and literally after I finish it, I'd be super pumped up, and I'd be like, I'm ready to go again, okay? So if you're feeling down in your business, pick up this book, seriously. It is super awesome. I'll leave a link, somewhere, below this video on my blog post or whatever, and you can pick it up on Amazon, okay? Another good one, and this is really what, tipped the scales for me. I mean, there are a couple of books that really did wonders for me. One was Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you've never read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, it's an oldie, but it's a goodie, man. That one's kind of like the foundations. I read that when I was 15. That was like 20 years ago or whatever. It's a very old book, right? But still a really good one if you don't really understand why you should be starting a business, okay? It's all about investing. It's all about, getting out of that employee mindset. It's all about making money work for you instead of you working for money. So Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a great one, but this one, okay? The 4-Hour Work Week. Can you see that? The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss. This is a powerful book, okay? Now, this book talks all about, the internet lifestyle. It's all about building businesses online. It's all about creating leverage in your life. It's all about automation, technology, software, and how you should be using technology to work less and enjoy life more, right? But remember that you need to put in the hard work, okay? So it's not about, taking shortcuts or anything like that. It's about setting up your life and your business in a very structured way so that you don't have to be in the office busting your butt 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, okay? This is a super powerful book. And if you take just like 2 or 3 of the concepts from it, then you will learn a lot, okay? Another one is this one. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that. There you go, okay. It's the 10X rule. There you go. The 10X rule by Grant Cardone, okay? And this book is all about just taking massive action, right? It's about, if you were to go out there and record 100 videos versus 5 videos, then the impact is going to be very, very different. There, I've kind of summarized the book in like 2 sentences, okay? It's all about creating volume. And even if it's not the best content, it doesn't really matter, because the sheer fact that you're out there creating content, taking action, making lots of videos, writing lots of blog posts, and doing lots of, volume work, people are going to see your stuff, and how do you say it? Imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. Okay, I'll say it again. Imperfect action is much, much better than perfect inaction, because you're never going to be perfect, right? And it doesn't really matter, because it's about getting content out there and just driving your business forward. And even if you had 1,000 crappy videos, that's way, way better than 5 perfect videos. I hope that makes sense, right? And look, these are some of the books. This is just a small, collection of the, massive amounts of books that I read all the time. But if you don't read, I highly recommend that you start today, because this is the #1 way to keep motivated. It's not so much that you're going to gain knowledge. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're going to gain knowledge naturally just by virtue of reading the books. But some of the stuff that you can get in books like this is just absolutely incredible. Okay, so this is an easy access. Now, another way that I stay really motivated is I use technology, right? So I will subscribe to really, really cool business leaders on Facebook, on YouTube, and my favorite one is Instagram, right? Because I'm so busy, right? I'm just constantly doing stuff. I spend a lot of time in the gym though, right? Because it's important for me, to actually, that's actually another way that I stay motivated. I work out, I keep my body busy, right? So if you don't like lifting weights, go for a run, or do Pilates or yoga or body combat or whatever it is, right? But the important thing is you need to keep your body going. You need to drive energy. You need to get your blood pumping, right? And I find that working out, even though I've got a really, really busy day, is one of the best ways that I've found over the last 9 years to stay motivated, because you stay healthy. Also, you get lots of ideas when you get your blood pumping through your brain, right? And the other thing is that in between my workouts, because every time you do a set, you have to wait probably 1 to 3 minutes before you do your next set, right? So what do you do in that 1 to 3 minutes? Well, I don't just sit there and do nothing. I actually play on my phone, right? And the thing that I love using is Instagram, okay? Instagram, if you're not on Instagram, you need to get on Instagram, right? Not so that you can post stuff, but that's a cool strategy too. If you're not using Instagram to do your marketing, then you want to definitely consider doing Instagram, and I'll probably do a training on that in the future, right? But what you want to do is Instagram allows you to follow either different topics or different people or interests that you like, right? So I like to follow a lot of stuff that I enjoy, okay? And some of the stuff that I enjoy, are things like, surfing and extreme sports and business and motivation, right? So I follow a lot of, motivational kind of channels, okay? And I want to just kind of give you an example here of some of the things that I follow, right? So I follow Gary Vaynerchuk, right? Gary is freaking amazing, okay? But not only Gary, but like I'll follow channels like this, Addicted to Success, right? And you won't believe how much impact a small little quote like this can have on you. Life shrinks or expands in proportion with one's courage, okay? I mean, it's such a simple quote, but it's stuff like this that makes a huge, huge difference to your life when you're not doing well. This is another kind of, story about someone. You can, take your time to read it. I follow channels like this, Lux Casheria, where there's like, basically pictures of money and, images of success and stuff like that. I want to find you some other ones. Now that's a sponsor. I like tattoos as well. Gary V again. There's some. I usually have a lot of quotes actually. I just want to find you some. So this is live right now, guys. So apologies for that. Here we go. So this is another one. I hope you can see that, right? 24 hours success. Life really isn't that, effing hard. We make it that way. Just have a glass of wine and relax. It's just little things like this that really kind of keep me going. I will never get fancy on you. That's another Gary V quote. Okay, I want to inspire people. I want someone to look at me and say, because of you, I didn't give up. It's just little things like that. And, this kind of pumps me up, right? Apply for that job, date that person, buy that plane ticket, move to that city, do all the things that scare you because they're worth it, right? And literally, when I'm kind of sitting there, in the gym, okay, and I'm just like reading little quotes like this, it makes a big, big difference to me. Even though, now I'm kind of a little bit of a veteran, right? I've been doing this, I've been failing. Well, I was failing for 8 years straight, pretty much, in my business. So for me, it's not such a big deal to get punched in the face constantly and, hit brick wall after brick wall after brick wall, because I'm used to that now. I know what it feels like. I know what it's like to have, all of my social media accounts shut down. Listen, you might have heard this in one of my videos. I've had my Facebook account shut down 3 times, my YouTube account shut down once, my Google account shut down twice. I'm literally getting my social media accounts shut down left, right, and center, okay? Not because I'm trying to break the rules, it's just part of the game, unfortunately. These are the big boys and they'll make their own rules and stuff like that. And unfortunately, if you do something wrong that you didn't know you were doing wrong, they might shut you down, right? But, did I quit because of that? No, I wanted to, but because I didn't, and I've pushed through that, now it's just such a normal thing. I pick myself back up and I keep going, right? But literally, it's things like this, little quotes, little things on Instagram, following different people like Gary V or Russell Brunson on YouTube and Facebook. This is the stuff, Tony Robbins, for example, right? This is the stuff that keeps you going and keeps you motivated, okay? There's another thing that I like as well, and I went to a T. Harv Eker event, right? So he's the guy that wrote this book, yeah? The Secrets to the Millionaire Mind. At the end of that conference, they were selling these like little business cards, Unfortunately, I don't know whether you can buy this. I'll try and find the link for you and maybe I'll link to it below, right? But, basically these are little, sort of power cards that they have inside, okay? And I'll just kind of read a couple to you. This one is called this one's called Forget Comfortable and Go for Rich, right? And basically what he says is, if your goal is to be comfortable, chances are you'll never be rich. But if your goal is to be rich, chances are you'll end up being mighty comfortable, okay? Now, super simple stuff, but what that's basically saying is people that want to be rich, they practice something called delayed gratification, right? And I've also spoken about this in some of my other videos, but delayed gratification is something that every entrepreneur needs to practice. Basically what that means is to scale your life back slightly so that you can save certain amounts of money to reinvest it in your business so that you can be successful quicker and enjoy the fruits of your labor in the future, right? When you are successful. Because what's the point of spending all your money now and, buying the iPhone 10 or the Samsung, S15 or whatever it is, or having the latest sneakers when that's not going to make you successful? It's about delayed gratification, right? Delay the stuff that you want to spend on today so that you can have it quicker in the future. And that's what this card means. And so these little cards, they help me as well. So I'll read you another one, okay? Develop the characteristics, hope you can see that, yeah? Develop the characteristics of success, right? And what he says here is, to get rich and stay rich, develop the following characteristics: a positive attitude, integrity, trustworthiness, courage, persistence, a hardworking mentality, high energy, okay? And be an expert in at least one area. Now, that is so simple, but you won't believe how much impact this little deck of cards has had on my life, right? Because every time I'm feeling down, right, I'll just kind of pick up one card and it'll give me sort of one life lesson, one business lesson that just makes a huge difference to me, right? And it's this kind of stuff that keeps you motivated and keeps you going, right? So I'm so excited that I got to share this with you because I've never done this before, right? So if you're feeling down, right? If you're in your business right now, maybe you just got started, or maybe you've kind of been online for the last 6 months, and whatever you're doing, you know, whatever you're trying to do, you're failing at it. What I would say is don't worry, man. You know, because that's just part of the journey. I mean, if you think that you can be successful in 6 to 12 months in your business, you're kidding, right? That it takes a lot longer to be successful in business. You need to give yourself at least 24 to 36 months, at least, okay? If not, you got to give yourself at least 8 years. I mean, I was building my business for 8 years before I really had success, okay? So it's gonna take some time, right? It's going to take you some time, but don't worry about it because it's normal, right? It's about setting realistic expectations. If you think that you can be successful in your business in the next 3 months, then what I would say is don't get into business, all right? But if you understand that, yeah, it's going to take some time, there are some skills that you have to learn, and yeah, you're going to fall on your face a couple of times, right? Because everybody does. You got to earn your stripes, you got to cut your teeth, as they say, right? When you're starting any business, and you set realistic expectations for yourself, you're not going to get disappointed, okay? So what's the moral of this story? Well, what I want to tell you is I just wanted to kind of, you know, connect with you today and give you some of the things that I surround myself with to keep myself motivated, okay? So the right social media, the right books, the right cards, the right messages. You know, I'm constantly feeding my mind, my brain, my soul, my energy with the right things to keep me going, right? And when everything else seems bleak on the outside, I'm super strong inside. You know, there'll even be days when my spouse, my wife, who's always been super supportive, but you know, when your business is failing for 8 years, even strong people, they'll be like, you know, Aaron, maybe you should think about quitting, right? I mean, I've had conversations like that with her, but because I've surrounded myself with all this, you know, positive messaging, I'm literally telling her, I'm like convincing her, I'm like, listen, don't you worry about it. I'm gonna make this happen. Okay, you don't have to worry about me. You know, you keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm super 100% focused on this, and I'm gonna make it work. And that's the only reason why I kept going, and eventually my business turned around. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to share with you today. I hope that helps you in your business and your life, because you know this kind of stuff, it's important, right? A lot of people don't talk about it, but business and being successful as an entrepreneur is not just about the strategy part. The strategy part is only a small percentage of it, okay? A lot of, you know, having success in business comes with taking action and staying positive and staying the course. That's kind of it, right? Not quitting and staying the course, right? And obviously taking action. That's a big part, because if you're not taking action, then your business isn't going to move forward at all, okay? So look, a little bit long today, this video, but I think this is really important, all right? Feel free to send this to anyone you think that this will benefit, all right? And listen, you know, again, I hope that this video helped you. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. So whether you're watching this on my blog or on YouTube, you know, please feel free to, you know, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to get more stuff like this. And hey, you know, if you want to spend a little bit more time with me, I want to show you how to do that, okay? I want to show you how I built a very successful affiliate marketing business. If you're not in a business right now, or you just want to check out what I'm doing, I welcome you to do that, okay? So you can click right below in the link below, and it'll give you direct access to some of my stuff, okay? And I'll show you exactly what I'm doing in my business. There's lots of training that I go through. You know, I take you by the hand, and I show you exactly how I was able to kind of avoid lots of these roadblocks, because I've gone through a lot of them, and how I was finally able to turn around, you know, a failing business into something very successful, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video today. My name is Aaron Chen, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Take care.